5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Have roadbook, will travel. If only the Dakar was that straightforward.
He gives his life in my hands, and I have to give my life in his hands.
If you sit next to a driver and he's just going mad and you have no chance to speak to the driver, and then it will not work.
Every pilot has some small mistake and jump from some dune, and then it's quite stressful inside the car in this moment.
After a few days of rally with short nights, you start to lose a bit concentration, and then you also make mistakes where you are really angry about yourself.
The desert terrain in Saudi Arabia, where the rally will be staged for the third time, is some of the roughest and toughest on the planet. For bikers and drivers, this ultimate endurance test on wheels is about speed, concentration, consistency, and above all, navigation. And for those competing on two wheels, it's a high-wire solo act.
We get to be the nav man and the rider at the same time, as well as work on the bike if we have some problems out in the desert. So yeah, it's really special for the bike category that we have to sort of do everything all day.
Whether you're a first-time entrant or 18-time Dakar winners like KTM Factory Racing, setting up the roadbook, the Dakar Bible, and following the directions as prepared by the organisers will make or break your rally.
So here is the roadbook. Here in the left box is the distance. In the middle is the drawing about what they have to do. And in the right box is extra comments to follow the correct way. So as you see here is one note, and then the roll is inside. How they do is that with this commander, they can roll up or down the roadbook and follow each box. Then in this device here, we have the distance. So the distance has to fit with the note. Then in this other screen, they will have the heading, the compass heading here, that has to also fit with the number. So that means when they would arrive at kilometer 268.2, they should jump in a riverbed and go 240 average heading direction to the mountain. So once they do this note, they would pull the commander to check the next notes. So what happened when one rider gets lost is that one moment he will recognize that the piste or what he sees is not fitting with the drawing. So normally what they should do is to come back to the note that they know sure that it was correct.
Each morning now we get the roadbook 15 minutes prior to the stage starting off. It's definitely a tough mission. It's you roll this roadbook into the navigation tower.
We have to go across the desert, 180 kilometres an hour, trying to read a little piece of paper on the front of your bike, and your eyes are rattling in your head, and yeah, you're trying to read the terrain and dodge the rocks and cross the sand dunes and try not to hit camels and some animals out there. And
so many things going on in your mind. Your mind is fried by the end of the day, and you've got to really be on the ball. And this is you can be the fastest guy out on track, but if you don't read that roadbook properly, then yeah, you'll be at the back of the field and coming from behind. So it's very tricky. You just need to sometimes really take your time.
For those competing on four wheels, there are two pairs of eyes on the road, the co-driver or navigator sitting alongside the driver. Also needed, one strong stomach.
Yeah, to be a co-driver, for sure you need to be able to read some notes in the car without getting sick. Is the most important.
Timo Gottschalk has long proved his quality on the Dakar. He won with Nasser Al-Attiyah in 2011. He's also worked with another Dakar great, Carlos Sainz. Now he's in the cockpit with Polish biker turned driver Kuba Przgonski, World Cup cross-country rallies champion in 2018. Together, they finished fourth in 2021.
It's always important that if you sit next to each other in a racing car, in a rally car, somehow you put your life in the hands of the driver, and the opposite, the driver puts his life in the hands of the co-driver. So the relation must be really good, and the trust onto each other must be there. But from the beginning, if this is not there, the trust in each other, it will be hard to have a good rhythm and a good feeling in the car. That is the most important.
It's not only the matter of co-driver, it's a matter of our cooperation in the car. And it's not easy, but with Timo we work good and we enjoy for sure, and we have better and worse moments, but in the end we are happy that we are together.
Matthias Ekström is new to the art of navigation in rally raid after a stellar career in circuit racing. He's preparing for his second Dakar with co-driver Emil Bergqvist.
You need to have a good memory. You need to be able to think fast and also not be afraid to tell what you think. Because if there is a problem, you need to say it. Otherwise, if you mess up, you have a bigger problem.
After years as a paper roadbook, when co-drivers could add their own notes the day before, the Dakar roadbook for 2022 comes as an electronic tablet, given to co-drivers minutes before the stage. It's their life support system for every day of competition.
From last year, we don't have anymore the paper roadbook, and all this now is set on this digital roadbook, where we have on the top of the screen all the navigational information, so the distance, the gap, the speed, and whatever. And then the second part is our roadbook for the day. So we have now a remote control, and we can mark the box we pass already, and then I can move forward on the roadbook and to see the different drawing and try to explain the best as possible to Nasser what to do.
This is digital. It is sometimes not so easy to read, because especially in bumpy sections, it's a lot of information in the small boxes, and it's difficult to understand everything quickly because you can't read it so nice like a paper book. That is the most difference. We need to get used to it.
For the navigational instructions, I always start 400 meters priority action to call the actual note.
400, linger the arena and collapse.
I repeat at 200, maybe at 100 again, and then we go.
The technique is really to look at far and to find a visible point that you can follow after every crest of the dune, and then it's make the life more easy to follow the cap. At the beginning, when you make mistakes, you are always thinking, okay, it's not a problem, I will continue straight and I will find my way. But with the experience, you know that this never works. So as soon as you are not on the roadbook, you need to come back at the last well-known point and restart your job, because maybe you make a mistake from the beginning.
Even the best in the world lose their way on the Dakar.
Stop the car, sir! Stop the car! Stop, 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 stop!
And with it, time and position on the road. But many racers are happy to play a strategic game, avoid stage wins and take a lower starting position following in the tracks of others.
We discuss about strategy every morning. That's something, or in the evening for the day after, especially on Dakar, because it's a long rally. You need to have a proper strategy, and I think with Mathieu we fit well because we know each other a long time ago and we know exactly what we should do.
You need to be real and you need to trust the other one. So it's what we are doing all day, and it's why we are always, if you see on the video or whatever happened, we are always smiling, because even if we did something wrong during the day, we know that the next day will be better, and we always move forward like that.
That's the way to go if you know how. But the Dakar Desert has earned its reputation as the toughest race in the world for a reason.